2. This is the screen that you see when you open up the software, Tom's Trading Room. It used to be called Optionetics Platinum, but since the new program, the owner has now created a new software package. Now, what I'm going to do is show you how to create a trade list and then transfer that list to FINVIZ. Now what you're going to do is go up to your website and then down to list. You're going to go to edit list. What you will see is that you have a group of lists here, about 13 to 15, I don't know the exact count. You can rename them anything you want, and these are some of the lists that I've created. I'll make one of these for you. So you can, matter of fact, I'll give you 2 blocks of lists. But right now what we're going to do is take one of these, and in this case, this list you cannot rename. All the others you can rename except the My Stock list. So I'm going to go ahead and take that My Stock list. You want to clear that out and start fresh. You can put any stocks in here that you want to create your own individual list. What am going to do for this demonstration is take one of these pre-computed lists. We're going to go with the Dow Jones 30. Since that's, well, let's go with the S&P 500 since most fund managers use the S&P 500 as their benchmark. We're going to add those 500 stocks that make up the S&P into that list. And then we're going to save that list. Now, we're only taking the stocks that have options from that total list. Now, what I'd like to do next is go up into the list and then go to here and filter the list. This gets rid of stocks that have a bid-ask spread that's too wide. First, what I'm going to do is not use any of the filters and select none. Make sure that you do not have the stock symbol selected, that you have the stock list selected, and that you have the list that you intend to modify. Again, you can pick out any of those lists, but we're going to stay with My Stock list, and we're going to do a search with none of the filters on it. And we're going to see all those stocks that make up the S&P 500 that has options on it. And they're going to show what the bid-ask spread is. We're going to see some of the bid-ask spreads really wide, like 15 percentage points. Now, at the top, the one with the least percent spread is NVIDIA. It's only at 0.26. But if you go further down, and the count is over here, so like stock 177 is Air Product Chemicals and has a 1.12%. I usually like to stay in no more than 5%. The software will filter up to 2% or 1% automatically. Now we're getting close to the end. 466. I think 499. Okay, so it's out of that 500 stocks that make up the S&P, only 496 are optionable. As you can see, some of them have a bid-ask spread over 10%. Now that means that the stock has to move 10% just to break even. So we don't want any of those type of stocks. So like I said, the max I would go is 5%. So I would cut it off right here at 476 at News Corporation. But we're going to go ahead with one of the pre-computed. We're going to go with 2% or less and also get rid of any stock that may be potential candidates of takeover or mergers, because a stock that's being taken over or merged has erratic price values, and we don't want to even mess with any of those. So out of 499, the filter took it down to 496. Well, before the filter, it got rid of only showing the optional stocks, and now that 496, it reduced it to 336, and that's everything under 2%. As we scroll all the way down, getting to 1% spread, 1.2% spread. And sorry, since I don't have high speed at home, it's taking a while for my software to populate this list. There we go, the maximum 2%. So what we can do is, now that we got this list filtered down, we're going to replace the original 499 with the 336. So we're going to hit replace. And you make sure everything's checked. Only those items that are checked will be replaced. If there are items that we do not want replaced into that list, we uncheck them. So now our list has been updated to the top 336 stocks. Now, to transfer these stocks to FINVIZ, we'll go back up to the original website list. And then what we're going to do is a cut and paste. And again, my software is kind of slow since I don't have high speed. Okay, there we go. So go back to edit list. And then we'll see that total of stocks, 366 stocks. So what we're going to do is cut and paste. You know how to do that. Right click, copy, go over to FINVIZ now, and we're going to go into the screener. I have an account here. You can do a free account to where you can edit anything you want. And then I'm going to right click and paste that into there. And what I'm going to do is save that list. Okay, save screen. Okay, new screen. And save changes. Those are all my list here. Oh, okay, it didn't take. New screen. Okay, 335 stocks. I'm going to save that screen. And remove that one. Save the changes. Now we have those stocks saved in the new list. Now what I would use FinViz for is to go ahead and charts. And what it will do is will display all the charts instead of the symbols. And you can actually look for certain chart patterns without having to go one stock at a time as you would in the Tom's Trading Tool software. And again, my software, my internet speed is slow, so it's taking a while to populate the list. But as you can see, FinViz automatically tries to look for certain patterns. This one is a descending wedge. You can see most of these are, in a downward trend. Downward trend was this? I guess that's Allegheny. It's in the upward trend, and you got multiple pages. There's an upward trend, kind of an upward wedge. But you can also, with FinViz, look for certain patterns. I can't remember which one it's in. Chart patterns. Okay, technicals. Okay, go up here to the technicals, and then you can go and look for different patterns like double top, double bottoms, wedge, channels. We're going to look for any double bottom patterns that may be here. So out of that 330 some stocks, FINVIZ found 5 of them that are displaying a double bottom pattern. And it will show those double bottom points. There's one, there's one. Actually, it actually hit a triple bottom. Again, a double bottom here and there, a double bottom here and there. Double bottoms are usually indication that the stock is now bullish. After it hits the second bottom, it's going to bounce up upward. We don't know how far it will go, but here are the 5 stocks. Well, at least 1, 2, 3, 4 of the 5 stocks. That one still has not appeared yet. That have recent double bottoms. And like I said, go in the technicals, look for patterns, and you can go for any pattern that you want. You can look for channels. Let's look for anything that's in a strong up channel. So out of those 335 stocks of the S&P 500, FINVIZ has found 4 of them that are in strong upward patterns. So you can use FINVIZ. What I use it for is to rapidly get a visual indication of chart patterns. And I think I can look at maybe 10 at a time. So it's better to watch 10 at a time than to go through here and then pull up each uh, chart, stock chart, one at a time. And in this case, with 330 some stocks, it'll take a while to cycle through that many stocks. So that's how you create a list in Tom's Trading Room using the filter to narrow down the list, and then transferring that list, doing a copy and paste over into FINVIZ, and saving that list. You can create a new name for that list that you just that screen, and then whatever you want, and then go from there. Hopefully this explained the process to you. Any questions, let me know.